Peace, fam. All right, so I pulled the High Priestess out for you guys, and I'm gonna read from the book what it's saying. You guys don't forget, I don't know what timeline you're on. This is just a message from your angels and ancestors. Okay, so I may pull some tarot to clarify the message further, but right now, let's just dive right on into the High Priestess energy. Majority of my collective are High Priestesses. I'm very intuitive, very prophetic. People, okay, so I do love the fact that I'm able to connect with such gifted and talented people, but you know, sometimes you know how it is as being very intuitive, we tend to not listen to our own intuition. We don't follow our own guidance, okay, as we should. We can tell everybody else what to do, right? But when it comes to us, we be like, yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, right? But however, the High Priestess is saying, align with the light and focus on all things positive, okay? It says you are a mystic with the capacity to connect with energies that go beyond the human senses. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There's an opportunity for you to rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You are being guided to look at what you are working on or at the situation before you and determine where your priorities lie. If you're unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal and happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it is also important for you to check in with your intuition, as it will give you the guidance that will bring you important information for your growth, okay? It's so interesting because it says she is joined by a black cat, right? This is the Egyptian goddess, Bast. I think that's how you say it, B-A-S-T. Okay, hold on. She is joined by a black cat representing the Egyptian goddess Bast, who protects her from lower energies, and she stands strong in her glory and power. And so what's making me think about that, right, is because I have a black cat. I don't have a black cat. I guess it's my cat now. But however, the cat always sleeps outside underneath of the rose bush that's beside my house. And she'll be on my porch, like just sitting there chilling, staring at my door, you know, doing all these things, talking to me when I walk by. This cat came out of nowhere, so all of a sudden we have this stray cat that's literally in our block, within the two house vicinity. Mine's in the one next door. So it's interesting that I'm reading this because a lot of people are like, oh, so that may be your familiar, oh, that may be this and that, right? Because it's like, why did this cat choose me, right? But I didn't, you know, capture it because I want to be able to take her to the vet. She does look, you know, like it's some things that need to be checked up with her, and I'm not really too much of a cat fan. I've had cats, but I'm highly allergic, you know, with certain things that I want to be able to do to prepare myself if I decide, hey, come on, cat, because it's getting cold here in Baltimore soon, and I don't want her out there. But regardless, right, 333 just popped up on the timer. Look, and then I just heard it's like this, the cat, if you got a black cat, if you got a cat, they may help you harness your mystic powers, okay? Now, let me pull tarot. So, tell me about the High Priestess. What is it? What is this situation that my collective is not catching? Yeah, the Eight of Wands comes out in the reverse position. You're not catching the downloads. Like, you're in this place right now. It feels like you're waiting. It's almost like you're waiting for the information to come through, or you're waiting for what the next step is, what the next plan is. But what I'm hearing, the spirit is saying, oh, you already know what to do. You already know, right? You already got the answers. You just gotta tune in, okay? So, yeah, Eight of Swords. Because something makes you feel restricted and trapped. If you've been feeling a certain kind of way, it's so interesting, right? Because I have my collective of people, and I always say, hey, I'll take one for the team, right? Because I feel all of you guys' energy collectively, and I also experience what you are going through. It feels like it has to happen in order for me to be able to get up here and talk to you about it, basically, right? So it's been like the last couple of days, the energy has been feeling very heavy and restrictive. It's like I'm pushing up against a brick wall that's invisible, and it's like I can't move it, right? I feel a weight on my shoulder. I've been resting. I've been praying, I've been exercising, I've been doing all of the things to kind of keep me grounded, but it's still like a consistent push. It's like I'm pushing myself, right? But however, it's like that's that feeling. It's a feeling of being trapped, okay? Now, you're looking for a solution, or you're waiting for some answers, or you may have been waiting for help, right, to come from your spiritual team, okay? And it already came, is what I'm hearing. This hair. It already came. Okay, the Four of Pentacles came out in the upright position. It's something that you're holding on to. Control. Control. What already came? The Justice card comes in a reverse. So something was done that was unfair, okay? That you may feel was unfair, okay? But your justice already came. King of Wands and the Ten of Cups. So what you can't see is that whoever this masculine energy is in your story, or whatever your vision is, someone is already taking control. Someone is already making a daring decision when it comes to their happiness, when it comes to family, when it comes to success, when it comes to harmony. But you can't see it. You already got the solution. You're 707 on a timer. And the reason why you can't see it is because you're holding on to something that you need to release. It's an attachment. And that's what's keeping you from being able to see that you already got the solution. That everything is already happening. Okay? Tell me why I heard control. It feels like you could be a person that tries to... You know how you got people that may have control issues, or you just feel like you got to have the control so that you feel like, look, I was about to say, so that you feel like you got control. But it's like you got to have the control. So if, something goes wrong, you feel like, oh, I had my hand in that. I already can dictate this. I can move this way. I can, you understand, make this turn if I need to, right? Like, I'm always the person be like, no, I need to drive because I need to control, the wheel. I need to be able to control which direction I'm going and when I'm going to be able to leave, right? I got control issues, so I'm one of them people. But yeah, it feels like that's what it is. It's like when it comes to this, it's like now you're trying to control either how things play out for yourself or the direction that you go into. You're trying to control how the divine is answered your prayer, right? Or answering your prayer. Okay, you're trying to control this new journey, like the way that you're supposed to walk on it, or the way direction with the Page of Wands. You're trying to control the communication. It's like everything about this feels like in some kind of way you feel like you have to have that control, because if you relinquish your control, and what you're doing is, it's like how I want to say it is like you're not surrendering to the situation. It's more like you're surrendering to the divine, your higher self, right? Because your higher self is wise. You are the high priestess. Your higher self has that wisdom. You're getting knowledge that's coming to you from the heavens, esoteric knowledge. You're trying to control something, but you don't have to, because the information that you're receiving is not wrong, if that makes sense. It's like, how sometimes we try to tell God how we want the prayer answered instead of allowing it to flow, okay, and embracing what's coming in. So Release your control. I don't want to go no further into it, but release your control and harness your mystic powers, boo.